Well, good evening, everybody. City of Lowell, Board of Park, September 30th, 2020. Hopefully, you're all in the right spot, and we'll get you in order, okay? Craig Thomas, Stephen Stowell, Monument Committee.
Yeah, he's in.
Oh, okay. Steve,
How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself, sir?
Oh, just loving the pandemic life.
Oh, okay. How are you going to brighten our night?
Oh, I don't know. Well, I guess start with, what all questions did you have specifically, rather than me kind of going on? Was there anything in particular you had a question about or update on, or and so on?
I don't at the moment. I just flew in from out of state just a little while ago, so I'd have to get more up to speed to ask intelligent questions to you, Steve. I'm not sure if any other board members would have a question or not.
Well, I could tell you at this point, the Monument Committee has met several times
Okay.
the last year, and just recently drafted its interim guidelines. And interim is a label on purpose because they're kind of a work in progress, in flux. It's kind of a learning curve for a lot of us to try to put structure some of these things that occurred over the years, dedications and monuments and benches and so on. We've also put in place a bench policy, and the city council has seen both of these documents, and they've seen progress to date.
Oh, good, good.
In terms of park dedications, my intent here, and I know the committee feels the same, is not to be taking over things and creating, some new broad, overlords or oversight or anything like that. Park dedications, as far as we're concerned, I believe would still remain with obviously the Board of Parks. I think what would happen here is, as with any dedication or monument, it starts with the council, and that's noted in our interim guidelines. And so they would refer it to the appropriate department, or in as the case may be, the Monument Committee, and we would do some vetting of it before we pass it on to you all for, obviously final deliberation, debate, and vote. So I feel the same way about, for example, the back in May or June, separately as my position as the historic board administrator, I worked with Roxanne Howe over at high school on some of the design team, and Roxanne and I went all through that building, the buildings, trying to find existing dedications so that some weren't lost in the shuffle and remained in place and so on. And the courts that discovered the school committee has their own facilities dedication policies. And I've told Craig Thomas and other members of the committee, I don't want to get involved in naming school committee things or even recommending. That's the purview of the school committee. So, like I said, it's all a work in flux. And I think most recently, between the interim guidelines, the bench policy, and also other things we've been focused on. The two main things that have come up have been the new Columbian monument that will be in JFK Plaza, and also the 9/11 memorial across the street at Liberty Tree Park, which initially, as some of you may know, was proposed for the Firefighters Club site across the way. There was a World War I statue that created some interest in some of the family members, and so they decided we're going to leave that there. And we assisted the 9/11 committee, including Bill DeRoche, fire chief, in locating a great site at Liberty Tree Park, and they're thrilled with it. If you've gone by, it's coming along nicely, as Shannon would know.
It is.
That's about all I have. I think we want to work with you all on whatever comes up, park dedications and so forth. And just on another note, knowing that one of you, I don't know whom, is actually going to be on the Community Preservation Committee, helping oversee.
I believe
great.
I am, Steve.
Fantastic. Our historic board representative is Troy DePicia, who's our board architect of the American Historic. I think once it's finally constituted, it's going to be a nice group, and they're going to do a lot of good in the city, especially open space and parks. I think Shannon might get a few more splash pads if someone proposes some of those funds.
I get some more workers too, Steve.
Well, unfortunately, the money doesn't go for that. I wish it did.
Yeah. I think it's great that we have someone that can look at the various things before we get them. A lot of times we just see them on the agenda and we don't have the opportunity to do the backlog, looking up and get the history and everything, which your board's going to be able to give us. So that is
Yeah.
extremely important to us.
No, we're glad to help. I know, for example, there's one out there right now for Mr. Sullivan, I believe, over in Pearson Park, and we put out the word for anyone that knows anything about him. I believe, I don't see quarries, it's not anything like that, but we do throw it out to the police department under our
Oh, yeah.
guidelines, just for them to take a quick look, and if they see anything, they let us know. I mean, we don't need to get into people's business, but it's good to know that if there is a red flag out there, we don't step in something that we don't need to.
Correct. Correct. Peter, have any interest or concern?
Well, actually, Steve, thank you for your work, and I just want to reiterate that we've been searching or pleading with the city for a uniform system so that we do vet these people, because they're not generally, and as I've said in the past, they appear willy-nilly before us, and we don't know anything about them.
Yeah.
So I thank you for the work that your group has done or will do into the future, vetting these requests.
No, you're welcome. I mean, it's, just a little bit of background research maybe goes a long way. And I mean, who knows what, I mean, I don't know if there's ever been an issue or anything. I'm sure it does pop up once in a while where you may have something that is questionable. And I mean, ultimately, that's all up to you to decide. We can only get you information, and, you can do with it as you wish.
Again, thank you.
Yeah, we
No, thank you.
appreciate the input.
No, thank
Anyone
you.
else? Okay, well, thank you very much, Steve, and we look forward to working with you as things come up in the future. Thank you very much.
Well, you're welcome. I will tell you that Shannon Cohen has been fantastic to work with since he's been in this position. Well, obviously, what he did before, but Shannon and I know Jane Calvin and myself got some missing trees put back in along the Hamilton Canalway on Jackson Street last fall. And anytime you go to Shannon for things, he's fantastic to work with. You're doing great with him.
Yes, we already know that.
Okay.
Thanks, Steve. I'll give you 20 tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll get you that raise in the budget, Shannon. Okay. Thanks, guys. Hey, everyone, have a good night. If you have anything else, though, please don't hesitate to contact me over at Development Services, where I'm based with the Historic Board. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Stephen.
You're welcome.
Okay, next item we'll hold till the end. Item 3, Gil Vigent. We can save that till the end.
He's not here yet.
Okay, well, okay. Tamika Thomas? Tamika Thomas? Okay. Joe Hogan, PAC meeting? Joe Hogan? Kayla
Some of the
Diamond?
people don't have their name on their phone, so I'm trying to figure out who might be muted that might be waiting to get on.
I'm
So I'm
Kayla
gonna
Di-
try to unmute these.
All right, we got Kayla in.
I'm sorry, Pete, who did we have in?
I believe Kayla Diamond.
Yes,
Kayla Diamond?
yes,
Okay.
that's me.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. What are you looking to do, Kayla?
I'm looking to rent out the gazebo area at Shed Park
Okay.
on October 3rd from 12 to 4
Okay.
for a birthday party. My daughter just turned 16.
Oh, okay. There's a fee associated with that of $170.
Okay,
Okay, that's the custodial fee and the rental fee.
okay.
All right.
Yeah.
You have any other questions for us?
I just was wondering, what do I have access to while I'm up there? Like, is there any electricity? If I have like a DJ, if that's possible to have out there too?
Yeah, there is electricity there. be able to get access to that.
Okay.
We don't get involved in tables or chairs.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Now, were you gonna cook?
I don't think so. I think I might just like order pizza or something like that and have it delivered to the Shed Park. So,
Okay. All right,
other than that, as long as I have electricity, I have no other questions.
okay. Anyone
and-
else?
Actually, I do have one question. Where do I
Sure.
pay that $170 fee?
You process that through Bianca.
Oh, Bianca. Okay.
Yeah,
Permit
All
through,
right.
see it on your account.
Okay.
Okay, I make a motion to approve the request as stated for fee of $170.
I'll second it.
further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Good luck, Kayla. Have a good time.
Thank you very much, guys.
You're welcome. Jameer Rivera?
He won't be joining us.
No, okay. Jessica Lowry?
Hi, that's me.
Okay, welcome. What are we looking to do here, Jessica?
So I'm looking to rent the gazebo as well for October 11th from 12 to 4 for a baby shower.
Okay. All right. Okay, we have a difference in the fee on that, Bianca?
So I actually spoke with Bianca. I
Yeah.
have changed my address to Lowell. I moved to Lowell recently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I spoke to her about that last week and she said to mention it.
Okay. So the fee would be 170 and consistent with what we charge all other residents,
Okay.
okay? And what are you looking, I know you're having a baby shower, what are you looking to do there?
So I'm looking to rent out the gazebo, the pavilion gazebo.
Mhm. What do you need from us?
I think I pretty much have everything I need. I'm gonna bring my own tables and everything. We're just getting pizza probably, so.
All right. Thank you.
Any electricity needs?
We may need electricity, maybe for a radio, but I don't have like a DJ or anything like that.
All right, well, good, because we have electricity.
Okay, anybody else?
I'll make a
Make a-
motion to approve the dates and times requested for fee 170.
I'll second it.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. You're all set. Have a nice time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Jenny Mujeka? Jenny Mujeka? No. Okay. Violet Russ?
I'm gonna be speaking for her.
Okay.
Hi,
Hi, welcome. Your name, please?
Marie Eleanor.
Okay.
Hi, so we're requesting to use the baseball diamond at Olivera Park for the Sundays in October and November
Okay.
from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. So we've been in the park for up to June now, and we just wanted to request an extension for the next 2 months, just for church and worship services.
Okay. How were the previous months been going for you?
Great, awesome.
Get a good attendance?
Yes, and we've been practicing social distancing and every guideline the state have. So
Okay. And you've had a fee associated with that, correct?
correct.
Okay. All right. So the fee from October 4th through November 29th would be $225.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have
Alright.
any other questions or concerns
Mm.
for us now? You've been there for a while?
No.
Okay. All right. Anyone else?
I'm,
Make
I
a
make a
motion
motion.
to accept the time and date and
I
fee of
second it.
$225.
Okay. Further discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. You're all set.
Thank you.
luck. Okay, thank
you.
you. Dom Carrasco, baseball? Dom
Hi, yep.
Carrasco?
Yep, that's me.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good to be back.
Okay,
I am the treasurer of Over 30 Baseball, and I have two requests. The first request, we are asking for use of the alumni baseball field for October 25 for our annual All-Star game. That
okay,
would be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
okay.
Should I go on to the other
No,
request?
we'll deal with that one first, please, Dom. Okay, and that would be a fee of $270 associated with that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you're just gonna have the All-Star baseball game. You need anything else from us?
I'm just wondering, do we have access to the press box, PA system, or anything like that?
I do not know that.
But if we have the option,
Shannon, do you know if we have access to that?
I do not. I can find out though.
Okay. All right, so Dom, you want to follow up with Shannon, please? on
sure.
that?
Hey, Shannon, I just want to say, Shannon, I'm sorry. Shannon, I used to work with your wife, Amy,
Oh, okay.
over at Constant Contact.
Oh, I'll let her know that.
I just
right.
recognized your name, yeah.
Dom, you did want this printed, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
I don't know who he is.
No. All right. Any questions or concerns from anybody before we move on to a second request?
Do we make
I
a
make a-
motion for the first one?
Yes, please. Somebody make a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the time and dates for the fee of $270
I'll second it.
for October 25th.
Okay. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries. You're all set for the first one, Dom.
Thank you, everyone.
All right.
The
now
other
sec-
one is related to October 18th, which we already have a permit. We had that last month. It's from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Okay,
And I want to know if I can move it from 8 to 12 to 10 to 2, just because it's a little cooler in the morning. And that's our championship game. We just like to a little later start, maybe get a little more temperature wise, to be a little bit more appealing.
okay. All right. There's nothing in conflict with that?
Nope.
Okay, thank you. All right.
John,
Yes, Peter.
make a motion to approve the time change.
All right.
I'll second it.
Okay. Further discussion? Okay. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. You're all set on that, Dom.
Thank you very much. I also want to say, as a first-year treasurer for the organization, just want to thank Bianca. She's been a tremendous help guiding me through this whole process. And thank you, Bianca. You're a fantastic asset to the organization for sure.
He's a great help to us. I know that.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, Dom.
Thank you, everybody. Yep. Bye-bye.
Okay, Charlie Huggins?
Yep,
Charlie
that's me.
Huggins?
Yep, I'm here.
Where are you? Okay, there you are. Okay. Okay, what are you looking to do, Charlie?
So I'm with the Spinners softball, girls softball organization. And we actually have a request for this
We're
upcoming
getting
weekend.
you have something else on, Charlie? We're getting feedback.
Does that help at all?
Okay, I think
Does that help at
so.
all? Okay. So we had a request for this upcoming weekend that tournament fell apart, so we actually don't to do that. But we also put in a request for Saturdays, starting October 11th through November the 28th. We have 6 teams that desperately are in need of fields. We had a field at Notre Dame Academy. The school will not allow us to go on there. And so we're looking to use the 3 fields at McPherson Park from 10 to noon and then noon to 2. We would maintain all the fields in any way we need to, whatever needs to be done as far as raking and things like that, cleaning up the trash. The organization is made up of about 90% of girls from Lowell.
Okay.
We are a travel team, yes, but it's the majority of the girls are from Lowell.
All right. Now, if you just requested is different from what we have here, is that correct, Bianca?
I'm not
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Okay. So are you aware of the changes, Bianca, to make sure that they're clear? Because the dates and times don't agree with what we have in front of us.
Right, no, it is different now. What I put in before the agenda closed was the October 3rd and the October 4th.
Yeah, that tournament fell apart. We just weren't able to get we just weren't able to put everything together quick enough, unfortunately. And then we got the message about fields at Notre Dame and Kingsborough that fell apart as well. So we're really scrambling, trying to make sure we can keep these girls moving and active and on the field if possible.
All right. So why don't you give us the dates again, please, Sally?
It would be Saturday, October the 11th, through Saturday, November the 28th. And it would require all 3 fields. That way we can have all teams all in one space at one time. It allows us to keep a better track of the girls.
All right. So how many days are those?
That would be 7.
7 days. And your times you want it from?
10 to noon and then noon to 2.
Okay, from 10 to 2. Okay.
Yep.
Are these the tournaments? Because tournaments right now are still not allowed for softball.
Practice. There will be a maximum of 20 people at a time on each of the 3 fields, maximum. Each team is made up of about 11 girls, and then 3 coaches, and then you'd have some straggler parents here or there. They are all aware of masks and everything else that needs to be done. But still, we generally do not allow the parents near the field. But mass law, they have to be within eye shot. So some of them will sit up on the wall, some will sit in the cement bleachers, some will just sit in their cars and wait for the girls to be done.
Okay. All right. You able to come up with a fee on that, Bianca? That
I
quick?
can definitely make sure I get the accurate numbers for.
Okay.
you.
All right. Yeah, so we'll have to figure out what that fee would be, Charlie.
Yep, we understand that for sure.
Okay?
Mhm.
All
Are
right.
these Lowell residents?
We counted the girls yesterday. Actually, 92% of girls are Lowell residents. Of our 20 coaches, 14 are Lowell residents.
How many girls do you have playing in the whole organization?
106.
106, and you're saying 90%?
92%.
Any other questions or concerns?
Earlier, the gentleman stated he wanted to go Saturday, October the 11th. October the 10th is a Saturday.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I apologize.
Okay.
I thought it was the 11th. Yep, that's the right date.
All right. Thank you, Peter. Okay, so that's 7 days from 10 to 2. And
Mhm.
Bianca will come up with a fee for that.
Are these youth or adult?
They are youth.
Because
16.
if you're gonna do the youth fee, there's no youth fee for Lowell residents. So if you're gonna go with the Lowell resident youth, there'd be no fee for that. So it depends on what
Okay.
you guys are gonna do as far as resident or non-resident.
Yeah, we are a youth organization.
Majority.
What's the
of-
name of the,
Is
what's
this,
the name of
is
the
this the Lowell
organization?
Spinners softball?
Yes.
Yes.
How can we check if they're 90% is Lowell residents?
I can put together some rosters if you need to do.
Well, the majority are definitely from Lowell.
Oh, yes.
The last time they went, John, they said there was only a few on each team.
Oh, okay.
And now he's saying it's 90% or 92%.
All right. Understood. So,
No, we have one team that is actually has the majority of New Hampshire girls. They will not be part of this. They actually can't. They actually already have secured fields up in New Hampshire. So they're, it's other than that, we everybody, like I said, it's the major. The 92% was the number they came up with. But the New Hampshire team is not part of this at all. Will not be. The organization won't allow it. We can't afford to have. We stand to lose a lot if we get caught. So.
Tom, any more questions?
No, I'm not gonna stop the kids.
Okay, all right. Entertain a motion?
Make a motion to approve the dates and time requested for a fee to be determined by Bianca, if at all.
Right,
Second.
okay, further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carries. All right, Charlie.
Thank you very much. Can't thank you enough, and I know the girls can't thank you enough as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Stay safe.
All right, thank you. All right. Okay, Brittany Cesar. Movie night.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hello, how are you guys?
Good.
Good. How's quarantine go?
Okay.
That's awesome. Again, I am just back to request a new date. Since the first date, it was just a little bit too last, so I wasn't able to put up well. So I am requesting Sunday, October 25th. You have a time change. Rather than 5 to 9, it would be 6 to 10. And that's changed on this request today.
Okay, that's 4 hours before we had 7 hours. Okay. All right, so that would be.
And I was also going to request if the old balance would be able to carry over to date.
Oh, okay. You had $75 on account, is that correct?
Correct. And I was just wondering, since we didn't even, know at all, if we could just put it for the new date.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with that.
Awesome.
Okay. Were you able to calculate the new fee, Bianca?
And she is a non-low resident. I wasn't too sure how you guys wanted to charge.
What do you, it's a movie night? What are you showing?
Yep. So I'm going to be showing 2 movies, and I do know that there is a maximum of 50 people. So each movie I will have 50 people there. I do have a way of making sure of set up. I also make sure we take cash. I also look at getting that generator like you guys suggested last time.
Okay.
I did was able to get all of that. So I do have everything. I like P's and Q's.
All right, so you're gonna follow the same guidelines you had before, Brittany.
Correct. Yes, and I wouldn't need the lights as well again.
Okay. All right. We use the residence fee, we have the lights. We'd have to calculate what
somebody-
the fee would be. Okay,
Absolutely.
all right. So we'll have to get back to you on the fee. Bianca will get back to you on the fee, okay?
Yeah.
We have changes like this, it makes it,
Well,
we want to make sure we're not cheating you, we're not cheating us, so,
absolutely.
okay? All right, questions or concerns from anybody? Entertain a motion?
Make a motion to approve the date and time requested for a fee to be determined.
I second it.
Okay, further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carries. Okay, Brittany, just follow up with Bianca for the fee, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you.
You're most welcome. All right, good luck. Hey, Rui Mello?
Yes.
Rui,
Yes.
welcome, sir. Okay. What are you looking to do, Rui?
I'm looking for Lucas Carvalho
for
field, three
the
soccer
Lucas
games.
Carvalho field for three soccer games.
I'm part of the Portuguese organization in Lowell called PAC, Portuguese American Center.
I'm
Muffled
part of the
feedback.
Yeah, Rui, I think you might be on computer audio and your phone audio because you're on here.
Yeah, we got you twice there, Rui, so. The feedback from one is canceling out the other. So I'm having a really hard time.
Give me a second. Give me a second.
Yeah, just disconnect one.
Give me a second.
Sure.
You hear me better now?
Much better.
Much better, sir.
Thank you.
Okay,
So, like I say, I'm a part of the Portuguese organization in Lowell called PAC, Portuguese American Center, and we have a veterans team. And I'm looking for play three soccer games and Lucas Carvalho field.
okay. The dates? October 4th, November 1st, and November 15th?
Yes,
Okay. And from 8 to 12?
yes.
Okay. All right, so resident adult fee.
John,
Yes, Peter.
are there any concerns about using that field that late in the season for damage? When does our Lowell High soccer end?
Usually, if they're in the tournament and everything, they're usually the first or second week in November.
Okay.
Yeah, any later than that, I know the mass tournament is usually over by the third week in November.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, any other questions or concerns? Okay, Ruby, that was it.
I have another question. Is this
Sure,
going to
Peter.
be tied in with any anything with the Holy Ghost Park?
Do we have anything to do to Holy Ghost Park?
Yeah.
No,
Will
no,
it
we, is another club. It's called Portuguese American Center.
okay. So there won't be people at Holy Ghost having a red top bringing it over into that field area.
No, no.
Okay, thank you.
You got the Reds and the Blues. You got to keep them straight, Peter.
With,
Yeah.
with the Blues. Yeah, with the Blues.
Okay, I know that. Okay, any else questions or concerns? Okay, entertain a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the time and dates for a fee of $510.
I'll second it.
Okay, further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Good luck, Rui.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Bianca.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
Okay, we have Katie Petrus, John Dark School cross-country practice? No? Okay. Okay, Ryan, we'll push you further off. Savannah Marshall, welcome.
Hey there, how you doing?
Good. We
So,
finally got to you, huh?
Say it again.
I said we finally got to you.
Yeah, it's been nice to listen to everybody else's cool requests. Sometimes you think you're the only one that wants to use a park, and then you come to this meeting, so it's fun.
Nice. So what can we do for you?
Sure. So I've got a very small business in Lowell called Fresh Beats, and we're about food and music. And so what we're trying to do is just have an outdoor concert at Kerouac Park, totally free for folks to come through. We've got 3 bands lined up that are all being, paid from the business. So there's no need to raise any money at the event or have too many people. And just a Sunday afternoon, we're requesting from noon to just about 7 p.m. We're thinking the music is just going to run from about 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. to give us a little time to set up and break down. So daylight, we shouldn't need any DPW floodlights or anything like that.
Oh,
We're looking to rent a porta potty just so we can have some facilities close by for folks.
You've been to Kerouac Park?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was hoping to ask for if we have to pay a fee, if there could be a little bit of a park cleanup, little sweep that happens the day of would be really helpful because this is going to be an event where we'd like to have people sit down on the grounds just to kind of help with the COVID crowd control. So we're going to suggest it like a picnic, come and sit down on your blanket, bring your own food and watch a concert. So we want that to be a safe place that people can sit down.
What kind of music?
I'm kind of all over the place. We've got an acoustic duo, Dire Holiday, and they play in Lowell a lot. And then we've got two bands kind of based out of UML. One's kind of like a funk soul band with a couple of singers and horns, and then another one is like a little more easy listening, easy jazz with like a really talented piano player.
Sounds good.
Should be fun.
Yes. Okay. Questions or concerns from anyone?
John, I have a question.
Sure, Shannon.
If, obviously there's no custodian there, but if she did want, I could get my guys in beforehand.
Okay.
We could definitely clean that up on a Friday for free, but by the time Sunday rolls around, it's not gonna look the same way. I can guarantee you that. I can definitely get somebody in there ahead of time, but there will be a charge for it, a custodial charge.
If you wanted to, to do it on Saturday, it'd be or Sunday,
Sat-
it'd be a fee?
It's a Sunday, right? Yeah, it's on a Sunday, John.
Right, so there'd be a fee for that.
Yeah, I could get somebody in there prior to start up and get everything all cleaned up, and so there's no issues, put it that way.
If not, you could have, it'd be cleaned up regularly on Friday, then you just have to wait.
I'll have it
till Sunday.
spotless Friday, but I can't guarantee what it's gonna look like come Sunday.
Right, so your choice, Savannah.
Well, let me know if is there going to be a fee involved with renting the park to begin with? Because
There'd
I was
be-
actually speaking with Roberto and Christian over at the special events department. And they led me to believe that there wouldn't be.
I don't know why they would have said that. They're not in charge of that.
Right.
So,
It sounded too good to be true.
yeah, well, if they're willing to pay it for you, that's a different thing. No, there would be a fee of $100. All
Okay.
right. And I don't know, Shannon, what would the fee be to clean up it beforehand?
Whatever you guys charge for a custodial fee for, what are you doing, 2-hour blocks, Bianca?
Yeah, the custodials that, and every custodial fee is the 120.
Yeah, so it'd be the 120. We get somebody in there. I actually get them in there for 4 hours and we have the place spotless.
It'd be 120 plus 100, so 220, Savannah, total.
That doesn't sound appealing. What does the $100 cover?
That's the basic fee that we charge for use of the park.
To guarantee that it's a safe park for
To
public
guarantee
use.
that you have the exclusive right to the park on that day.
Well,
You will get a permit.
I
that-
might not, because, some folks who are stragglers that just kind of happen to use the park for their own purposes don't pay for it. Are you kind of following my train of thought here?
Well, any park in the city is open to the public. You
Yeah.
can't control who comes and who doesn't go. But if they come and they create a problem for you, you can always have them thrown out,
Okay.
okay? So that's totally up to you.
Yeah, I would like to have a safe place to have music, and this place seems to have the infrastructure and the stage and the electricity that we needed. And I would like to assure people that this is a safe place. So I guess I'll go early with gloves on and clean it.
Okay,
And call the police if I find a needle, and I know better not to touch it, but I can't
Right.
afford $120. This is a free event.
okay. Understood. That's your choice. Okay, so it'll just be the $100 fee,
Okay.
okay? Any other questions or concerns?
I was wondering, I was thinking of this just being as a bring your own food picnic situation, but if I did want to have a food vendor, are there regulations surrounding that?
You just want to check with the city to make sure that the vendor comes in is licensed, that's all.
Okay.
All right, any other questions or concerns from anyone?
Nope, nothing from me.
Okay. Need a motion, guys.
Make a motion to approve the date and time requested for a fee of $100.
I'll second it.
Okay. Further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. You're all set, Savannah. Good luck with your organization and in your concert.
Thank you, sir. Thanks, guys.
You're most welcome.
John, real quick, do you want
Pete.
Bianca to put on the permit that a food vendor is allowed? Because in the past with the food trucks like Mama Jason's, we've had issues with them getting kicked out. So do you want us to add that onto the permit in case she does that?
Well, are they actually on park property or on the road?
It depends on where she has them pull up. I don't know that. That should be a Shannon question.
There's a
Yeah,
parking lot kind of on the side where most
It would be
food
on the
trucks
side, it wouldn't be on park
are
property.
in the park, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so add that on there, then it's not gonna create a problem. Okay.
There's not gonna be any issues with a porta potty being put. They showed me like behind the stage, like on the, not where the trolley goes, but behind that. They said as long as the trolley doesn't run, that should be an okay place to put a porta potty. Do you all agree with that?
That's fine.
Okay,
Thank you, Shannon.
You're welcome.
thanks, guys.
Okay, you're all set then. Good luck. All right. Roger Murnau,
Yes.
welcome. Okay. What are we looking to do, Roger?
Just kind of secure the basketball courts outside at the South Common outside of STEM Academy for the kids to use during the school day if needed.
Okay.
Yep. We'd like to have a couple gym classes out there, maybe a recess because of social distancing. We can't. We
Okay.
don't have as much. We don't have as much room that we did before. So
All
we
right.
thought that would be a good. I thought it'd be a good resource to use. They're all, they're all residents of Lowell. I'm a resident of Lowell, so I figured it made sense to me.
We all have to think outside the box now with this pandemic, so anything we can do to keep people involved is great, especially with.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Anyone else have questions or concerns? There's no fee attached with this.
I make a motion to approve the request.
I'll second it.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries. You're all set, Roger. Good luck.
All right. Thank you guys so much. Nice seeing some of you guys. I haven't seen some of you in a while.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Okay, who do we have left on here? Oh, let's see. We have,
Ryan's
what number?
16.
Ryan's. We have Violet Russ.
Yes,
What number was that?
I represent Folds Over Church, and Maria actually already spoke on the church's behalf, but I had an additional question that she didn't mention that I'd like to ask.
Okay, go ahead.
So our pastor did request for us for the permit for the months October and November, but I was wondering if we could have the permit number split up for the month of October and then separately for the month of November, just in case it becomes like too cold of a situation for us to realistically be out there during Sunday service.
Okay,
So paying for the month of October first.
I understood. I'm just trying to find what number you are. I'm getting lost here.
Number 10, John.
Number 10.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, there it is. Okay. I don't see any problem splitting it. Just have to count the number of dates. It's $25 a block. So how many in October and how many in November?
I think October's 4 and November's 5.
Okay. All right, so the fee would be $100 just for October.
Okay, that sounds
Okay.
good, please.
All right. Then you'll come back to us at the end of next month for November.
Well, I was thinking that if it was approved already in the system when I log in, I could pay for the October month, and then at the end of October, coming back and paying for the month of November.
No, I understand where you're coming from. The only problem with that is once you take a date and we reserve it for you, it's yours. No one else can take it.
Okay.
I'm not sure that this is going to be, someone else is going to be requesting it, but our policy has always been, if you want to reserve November, you're going to have to pay for it. Now, if something happens, gets cold and you don't use it, you can come back to us and get a refund of your money.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that there was that a refund was possible if we had
Yeah.
already paid for it. So,
Right.
okay. Well, then in that case,
Through
then,
weather conditions, you can come back to us and say, it was just too cold. So You would
Okay,
get
well then,
refunded part.
in that case, then it doesn't matter if it's split up or not.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
Just to be clear, the refund would be a credit to the account. We can't give cash back. So that's the only thing to keep in mind.
thank you, Peter.
Okay, yeah, we put in a request every year, so that's, I'm
Okay.
sure available to use.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Who do we have as LTC?
No, they're just broadcasting us.
Oh, all right. So items that need to go on. Okay. Which one is Ryan's? Number 16.
16.
Okay, Ryan, what do you need?
I need Hadley for Sunday mornings for the rest of the, well, up until Thanksgiving, basically.
Okay.
It's for our fall ball.
Okay.
We normally don't actually put the permit in. We just jump on as soon as the over 30 guys are gone, but might as well put it in and be official. So
If
sorry.
you're on the board, that would make sense, yes.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I'll make a motion.
Every once in a while there's like pickup soccer down there, so we want to make sure that if we have to move them, we legally can.
Okay.
Okay, Tom made a motion, I second it.
Okay. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Motion carries. You're all set, Ryan.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, then the last item we have, I believe, is meeting date. Is that correct, Bianca?
Yep, number 2. And I
Number
wasn't
2.
sure if you guys want to go over item number 3. Gil canceled his last 2 weekends because of COVID.
Okay.
He canceled them because of COVID. Was he a doctor now?
I'll tell you, a lot of his teams dropped out because of it.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
That's what happened to a lot of, they couldn't have tournaments this year. They could have scrimmages and that's it. And for what they were charging and with this thing pandemic going on, a lot of teams just backed off.
Which made sense to them, and after a while, it's
Right.
totally understand. All right. So he would get a credit towards next year. That would be the one thing. Tommy, if you want to make a motion, we can probably follow that one through.
Okay, I'll make a motion to accept his request for a credit of $2,400 for next year.
Second it.
Okay. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Motion carries. Gil will be very happy. Okay. Now that we've got him trained. Okay. Let's go to
Sure,
number-
as long as we're on the,
Yes, go ahead, Tommy.
I'm on the subject of softball. Shannon, is there any way can we put signs up on these ball fields saying that they need a permit to use the fields? Because I have a lot of outside softball coaches think they could come into Lowell at any time they want, just use these fields without permits, because there's no sign on the fence.
Yeah, we,
Saying that, stating that they needed a permit.
we can definitely do that. It's just gonna cost money, but let me,
I believe so. Well, say what if you have like I know that pickup baseball and softball doesn't really exist anymore, but back in the day, I would just go with 6 people down the gallery and play. It wasn't organized. I didn't have coaches or anything like that. So I guess if like Tom, is it like a whole AAU outfit that come down and just use the fields, or is it
Yes.
just like, yeah?
I think we had a problem early in the season. Peter called me up. Gil had somebody down there practicing from out of Wilmington, Mass. And they're one of the organizations that think that they can just come in at any time and use our fields in the city alone.
Yeah, I think that's kind of Gil trained them to like, oh well, they're my field, so anytime you want them, go ahead.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think it's just. I don't think it's just Gil. I think it's there's certain individuals. They just got in their heads of that. They could go into any city or any town they want, as long as there isn't a sign on the fence saying they need a permit. They could just come in and use the field.
talking about specific fields.
I would say mainly Pearson, because girls softball, that's what, that's the fields that they always request. Just like we just had this low spinners. They're low spinners, but he says he has 90 kids on low. I would doubt that. There's no team that has that much on this. on their
The spinners,
local teams.
I know those guys. I know at least I know the 16U team, and I think there was 14 girls and 13 are Lowell. The spinners is definitely more Lowell than say like the Nor'easters are for sure. I'm sure 90% might be high, but I mean I know that it's not like the Nor'easters where they're kind of like picking and choosing everywhere. The spinners is pretty Lowell centric from what I've seen. I don't know. I couldn't prove it to you, but based on what I've seen so far from those guys.
I mean, if the majority of
They
the
might have one team.
And I think a lot of times with like AAU, especially those guys, because I know that some of them they want to pay some sort of permit fee. They're not trying to get it for free because they realize that they are an organization. But there's no sort of in between. There's their residents and their youth. So obviously everyone would love to pay nothing, but they're also not adults. So charging them like a resident adult fee, it'd probably be too much. So I don't know if there's a way to maybe do like public organization, private organization. I don't know how to fix that because I know that the AAU guys aren't trying to get away with not paying anything. But at the same time, yes, they charge money, but they don't want to pay thousands of dollars for a youth sports field that's not theirs anyway. So they're kind of in a spot there where there's no way to really charge them. And I know that from what they've said, like, hey, we'll donate money to you guys. We don't want it for free, but there's no way to put in, private versus public or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, it's difficult, and they're always figuring that they are public parks. They can go on and use them. All the permit does is give you exclusive use for that time.
Right. But
So
it's like
it's conflict there. I
permit's for
understand
resident
Tommy's
youth,
position.
and
If
I'm a
you're
resident
using it-
youth, and so does he. He's using resident youth too. But obviously, we're a nonprofit. Nobody makes money. They do, but it's like the actual end user is a resident youth. So
Right.
Let me take a look around the,
They keep asking me, can we donate to you guys? I'm like, well, donate not to me, but to the city. I don't know, sure.
I just want to stop the out of town teams like we did earlier this season. Peter County knows what I'm talking about.
Right. Okay.
Because he's the one that called me up that day to find out what was going on. But that organization, they're big. There's like, they have about a dozen teams. And they just think they could go into any city or town and you take over a field for 3 hours because it doesn't state that a permit is required. That's the only thing I'm trying to stop.
If we get a sign up, especially at McPherson, that will help.
I'll take a look
Maybe we
around the
can
shop,
set,
see if we can find anything.
I'm sorry, Shannon?
I'll take a look around the shop, see if I can find any of the old ones. Otherwise, I'll get some made up and we'll throw them at McPherson.
Maybe we can look into setting up a variable fee based on, a percentage. I mean, it's either all or nothing. And we realize that in this day and age with COVID, that's not 100%. It's not zero. So how do we rationalize what the fee should be? Especially if people are willing to pay something.
The only thing to remember is the fee has to be approved by the city council. They just changed the fees 2 years ago.
Right.
So I don't know if they will be looking to change the fees or add fees for resident youth. They've always been against doing a resident youth fee in any way. So I don't know if they'd be open to doing a youth fee with certain clauses based on the user and who it is or not. So that's just something to keep in mind. We'd get that approved if we try to go that route.
Yeah, I understand that, Peter. Thank you very much for pointing that out for us.
What a lot of the organizations have done in the past, I think the same group that Tom is referring to, they would have people like myself, put in their permits. Like I know that like Manning Field, Callery puts in a permit for it, and then like the Nor'easters go and use it. So it's trying to avoid that, aspect of having the youth organizations put in just so they don't have to put in for anything for a permit fee. I think that's what they're trying to get away from it. So like Charlie put it in for like, all right, I'm gonna put in for McPherson. I don't want to just jump on Lowell Youth Sports. I want to put it in for it. But then if it's yes, it's 90%. Say if it's 90%, but if it's resident youth now it's 0. It's like, well, I was looking to pay something. I'll obviously take a free permit, But it's like there's nothing we can give them because we can't just jack it right up to, you know, non-resident adult as now you're paying thousands of dollars. So
No, if they're willing to do that, we can always, if they say we're willing to make a donation of X number of dollars, we can incorporate that in our vote.
I mean, but who do they donate to?
Just like we have Dean and Flynn donate so much money for use of the thing for us.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a
Same
perfect
idea.
example because it's a patch of grass, and if it's the, you know, the regatta and it's all free, then it's a patch of grass that's free. But if they're making money off the, you know, the fiesta shows, then it makes sense to charge them. But it's like, I guess if we can set something like that up, I know that those guys would do it.
Okay. Let me see what we can look into to doing something like that. So,
Or if you're, you know, if we put something for the city council to put in some sort of, you know, like a for-profit youth organization versus a non-profit youth organization. Because you don't want to kill them with rates, but you also, they said that they'll throw in a couple $100. Why not?
yeah, but non-profit, there are plenty of non-profits that make plenty of money and the officers get paid very well.
Right, well, I wish.
United Way is non-profit.
I guess you could say
$1.8 million a
volunteer
year. in
organization
salary.
versus non-volunteer organization.
Yeah,
That might be a little bit better because
yeah, we
full
gotta
general
be careful.
nonprofit.
Brian, we gotta be careful with that because we don't want people coming in saying we're non-profit and therefore we shouldn't get anything either. I don't want to open Pandora's box, so it would have to be something we kind of think and process through to make sure we get it correct.
That's true. I guess it's a like where Highland Sports Association, where nobody gets paid anything. It's obviously 100% volunteer. It's clearly different than the United Way.
Right.
So even though we're both 501c3 charities, so
Exactly.
your point is made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let me see what I can continue to do something. I will check with Peter and I will check to see if I can talk to the tower and see what we might be able to do about that.
Sounds good.
Okay? All right. And so we're back to the dates. Want to walk us through these, Bianca?
Just motioning for dates January through October, and if you guys wanted to do what you usually do, canceling November and December meeting.
Yeah, we haven't had any problems with canceling November and December that I can remember. There might have been one thing that came up, but it was small that we could take care of. I think we worked that out. I think you and I worked something out one time, Peter. Basically, there isn't anything that really comes before us.
That's true.
And then just go for 2021. Yeah, we have to put it into the calendar. And if we do get a room open. But, yeah. I mean, the last 20 months seems to work well.
The room is booked, it's just if we're allowed to be there.
Right, I know, I understand. that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
I kind of like not wearing pants all day. It's fun.
You're on LTC, Ryan, remember that.
TMI. Anybody else have anything they would like to bring up?
Nope, I'm good.
Motion to adjourn.
A motion to
Can we get a
adjourn.
vote on those dates?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll make a motion to cancel November and December's meeting.
I'll second.
And then to book the dates for 2021. Tommy, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, all right, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries, thank you. And our next meeting is October. What is the date? I don't have a calendar in front of me.
28.
October 28th, thank you. We don't have to worry about Halloween this year anyway, so they cancel it. All right, well, thank you, everybody. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye.
Good night, guys.
Thank you, Bianca. Thank you, Shannon.
You're welcome.
Okay, Shannon, when's somebody gonna be out to the stadium so